Hello students, today we are going to do some more programs with string functions. Hope this will help you during your studies. This is our first program today. In this program we are going to assign any word and display it after changing capital letters into small letters and vice versa. So first we'll write class, then we'll give one name. I have given here CNGCAS, that means change case. Then we give one opening brace, after that public static void main string args, one more opening brace. Then we take two string variable, one string variable s, the other one is ns. S I have taken to assign any word, and ns I have assigned with a blank space. This ns will be used for finding the changed word. In the next line I have taken one char variable, char c, and in the next line I have taken three int variable, int l, b and asc. Now we'll assign one word with a mixed case, that is mixed letters. Capital letters and small letters both are used in this word. S equal to lockdown. I have written L in capital letter, D in capital letter, and the rest I have written in small letter. So we have taken one word lockdown in the variable S. Then in the next line I am finding the length of the word in L. Then I'll create one for loop which will be from 0 to less than L. That is from the beginning of the word till the end of the word. Next line I have one opening brace which is marking the beginning of the body of the for loop. Now C equal to S dot char at B. That means I am extracting one character from the word from position B, and that character is stored in variable C. That is, when B is 0, the value of C will be capital letter L, which is the first letter in the word lockdown. Next line, I'll convert that character into ASCII code, or I'll find the ASCII value of the character extracted. I have written ASC equal to int within bracket, which means type conversion, which will convert character type to int type. Then I have written C. So the C means the value which is stored in C, the character which is stored in C is converted to ASCII value. Now ASCII value of C is stored in ASC. Now we'll check whether it is a capital letter. So if ASC greater than equal to 65 and ASC less than equal to 90, that means the range of capital letter. If it is an ASCII code of capital letter, then in the next line C equal to char within bracket, then ASC plus 32. That means ASCII code of that letter is added with 32, which will make the ASCII code of the small letter. Now this ASCII value will be converted back into character form because of this char within bracket, which is again type conversion. So the character, if it is a capital letter, it is converted into small letter now and stored in the variable C. Similarly, in the next line, we have checked for small letter. If ASC greater than equal to 97 and ASC less than equal to 122, that means if it is within the range of small letters, then the opposite thing will do. That is, will convert the ASCII value of that letter minus 32, that means ASCII value of capital letter, into a char value using this type conversion, which is char within bracket. So when it is capital letter, it is converted into small letter, and when it is a small letter, it is converted into a capital letter. After doing that, in the next line, I am concatenating the characters converted into ns. Ns is a variable which will store all the converted characters in it. Ns equal to ns plus c. Once a character is converted into capital or small letter, that is added with ns. After that, we complete the for loop. After finishing the for loop, we'll trim the value of ns. Why? Because in ns, in the beginning we kept one blank space, and that blank space is not part of the word, so we are trimming it. Ns equal to ns dot trim. That means that extra blank space in the beginning or at the end of the string is removed. Now ns is the changed word which has all the capital letters converted into small letter and small letters converted into capital letters. So finally we print the value of ns. So we finish this program. So hope you understand this program. We'll do another program next. This is our next program. In this program, we are doing assigning one sentence and display it after reversing each word. So we take one sentence and reverse each word and display the new sentence. We have written class name, class. I have given a name WRDREV, word reverse. Then we give one opening brace, then public static void main string args, again another opening brace. Then I have taken three string variable, string s, rev equal to space and ns equal to space. Then next line I have taken char variable c, then int variable l and b. Then in the next line I assigned one sentence, s equal to, this is an example. So this is an example is the sentence which we have assigned in the variable s. Now in the next line we find length of this string, l equal to s dot length. Then we create one for loop from 0 to less than l. That means from the beginning of the sentence till the end of the sentence. Then inside the body of the loop we write c equal to s dot char at b. That means we extract one character from the b position and store it in c. Then after that we have written if c not equal to blank. That means the character which we have extracted, if it is not blank, then we concatenate that character with the string rev. Rev equal to c plus rev. That is the character which we have extracted, that we have added with rev from right side. If c equal to blank or b equal to l minus 1. If c equal to blank, that means when the character extracted from the sentence is a blank space, or the value of b is l minus 1. That means b is the last position, means the position of the last letter in the sentence. In that case, what we will do, we'll concatenate the word which we have already made reverse, that is in rev, with the new string, and after that word we'll concatenate one blank space. After doing that, we'll empty the word which is reversed, that is rev equal to blank space. Why? Because the next character which we will extract from the next word will be again taken into rev, means another word will be reversed. So the previous word which was there already in rev is removed from it and again initialized with a blank space. Now, after finishing the for loop, what we will do, we will trim ns. Why? Again, because in ns from the beginning we have a blank space, and when we join a reversed word with ns, after that reverse word also we have added one blank space. So in the beginning of ns there is one blank space, and after joining the last word also there will be a blank space which will not be of the same length of the original sentence. Now that extra blank space is removed by using this trim function. So it is complete. We have already reversed the word and reversed the words and joined them with ns to form a new sentence which will contain all these four words in reverse order. So finally we print the reversed sentence ns. Hope you understand this. Now we'll do again another program. This is our next program. In this program, we'll take one sentence and display number of vowels and number of consonants present in it. So name of the class I have given VOWCON. Anything you can write. I have given here VOWCON. After that, we put one opening brace, then public static void main as usual, then we put one opening brace, and in the next line we have taken one string variable string s, one char variable char c, then few int variables int l, b, asc, alf, vow, con. Here ALF, VOW and CON are three counters. ALF is for counting number of alphabet, VOW for counting number of vowel, and CON for counting number of consonant. Now let us take one sentence. S equal to, this is an example. So this is our sentence which is stored in S. Now L equal to S dot length. So we find the length of the sentence in L. Now we create a for loop which will start from 0 and go up to less than L, that is from the beginning of the sentence till the end of the sentence. Next, inside the body of the loop, C equal to S dot char at B. That means one character is extracted from the position of B in the sentence in variable C. Now we convert that character C into ASCII code. ASC equal to int within bracket C. That means character C is now converted into its ASCII value. Now we are checking whether that ASCII value is an alphabet. If ASC greater than equal to 65 and ASC less than equal to 90, that means if it is an ASCII code for capital letter, or if ASC greater than equal to 97 and ASC less than equal to 122, if it is ASCII code of small letter. So by this if statement we are checking with both capital letter and small letter alphabet. If it is within this range, then next line I have written ALF plus plus. That means I am increasing the value of the counter ALF by 1. So here in ALF we are counting how many alphabets are there. Next line, if C equal to capital A or C equal to small a or C equal to capital E or C equal to small e or C equal to capital I or C equal to small I or C equal to capital O or C equal to small o or C equal to capital U or C equal to small u. That means all the vowels A, E, I, O, U both in uppercase and lowercase are checked in this if statement. So the character which we have extracted in C, if it is capital letter or small letter vowel, then the counter for vowel VOW is incremented. Now we complete the body of the for loop. That means all the characters from the sentence will be extracted. First it will be checked for alphabet, then it will be checked for vowel. Now after finishing the for loop, that means every letter or every character from the sentence is checked. We will find the number of consonant. Number of consonant we can find by subtracting the number of vowels from the number of alphabet. So I have written con equal to ALF minus VOW. So in VOW we have number of vowels and in CON we have number of consonant. And in the next two lines we have printed number of vowels which is in VOW and number of consonants which is in CON. Then we finish this program.